Good morning, everybody. Happy Memorial Day weekend. It is Sunday of Memorial Day weekend. I am on my way to the Magic Kingdom for a little bit this morning. But before we get to all that, let's take a minute and remember the whole reason for this weekend in the first place. Yes, it is the official start to summer. Lots of racing today, lots of barbecues, lots of having fun, lots of get-togethers. People are at the theme parks having fun here in Central Florida. It's a holiday weekend for many, but the real reason, though, we cannot forget, and that is we got to honor all the men and women that served in the U.S. military that have given the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you to everybody for what you do. Thank you for serving. Thank you for laying down your life for our country. You know, they say greater love hath no man than to lay his life down for a friend. And also, while we're at it, thank you to everybody that serves in the fire departments, police departments, EMS, our healthcare workers, everybody that serves in the public, or teachers, and helps the public every day. Thank you for what you do. So what are we going to do today? It's going to be a fun day, y'all. I'm going into the Magic Kingdom early this morning because I thought we would set the theme for today, and that is racing. This is without a doubt one of the greatest days of racing of the entire year. Technically, it's an amazing weekend of racing. It's hard to believe, but a little over 20 years ago, we started a tradition. My friends at Purdue and I, the fraternity house I lived in, they had a tradition every year. They would go down to Charlotte for the Coca Cola 600 and all the other races. And me, never having experienced that before, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely in. So that was a tradition every year while we were in school. And then my brother and I carried that tradition on after graduation, after I graduated in 01. Well, I have two amazing memories of that Coca Cola 600 race. The first one was my very first time going, and that was a weekend, man. We get down to Charlotte, and it's Friday evening, like early Saturday morning, like 2 or 3 a.m. We get checked into our hotel, we crash out for a couple hours, and then we make our way to Lowe's Motor Speedway, which it was named at the time. I think now it's Charlotte Motor Speedway. So we make our way to Lowe's Motor Speedway for it was the Busch race at the time. Now I think it's, I forget what, Nationwide or whatever. So it was the Busch race, and we watched the Busch race, and then after that, we got tickets for the dirt track at Charlotte, for the, what do they call those, the funny cars, I think it is. I'd never seen a race like that. I'd never seen any racing in person, honestly. So we got tickets to the dirt track at Charlotte. So it's a full night of racing at the Charlotte dirt track. And then we get back to the hotel late. We wake up early in the morning. We have a little breakfast, watch the Indianapolis 500, pretty much most of it. And then while it's done, we're listening to it on the radio as we're driving back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, or Lowe's Motor Speedway at the time. And we get parked, finish the Indy 500. We go into the granddaddy of all races of the day, the Coca Cola 600. That was incredible. What an experience. To go to a race and have it start while it's still daylight, and then halfway through the sun sets and it finishes up under the lights, it's incredible. If you're a NASCAR fan, racing fan, you've never been to the 600, make that a priority one year. You will not regret it. And then years later, my brother and I went down there, got sunburnt to be all sunburns. And same thing, we had a great time racing all weekend long. So what we're gonna do today is, to start the theme of today off, is we're going to Magic Kingdom, and we're going to kick things off with the Tomorrowland Speedway. We're going to go boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys. We're going to do a little racing on the Tomorrowland Speedway this morning, have a little fun, kind of just tour the Magic Kingdom a little bit, and then about 11 o'clock, head back home, get the Indianapolis 500 started. And if you remember from my other vlog, I bought an F1 Indy car, the Red Bull Indy car, about 1,600 some pieces. We're going to start that project during the Indy 500 race, and then we'll take a little break, and then try to finish it up watching the Coca Cola 600 race. We're going to film the whole thing. It's going to be a fun day. So let's get this vlog underway. Happy Memorial Day weekend. Happy race day. Biggest race day of the year. Let's get our rear ends into Magic Kingdom. Let's get this vlog started. Welcome, everybody. It's also going to be a great day for watching racing later on because it's very warm. Our warm weather is coming to an end in Central Florida for a little bit. It's going to get down in the 80s next week, finally. But there's supposed to be some pretty good storms coming through this afternoon. So that'd be fantastic. Enjoy the storms and watch some racing. We are in. That's nice to see all the festive decor up for the holiday weekend for Memorial Day, and I believe these will stay up throughout. Yeah, up yours, train. I'm talking here. I believe all these will stay up through the 4th of July weekend, or maybe a little bit past. And then once all of these decorations come down, it's gonna be time for Halloween. You believe that? Holy cow! Let's see what Main Street looks like. Oh yeah, Main Street looks fantastic. Yeah, I believe all of these will stay up through the 4th of July, through a better part of July in the summer. And then once we get near August, all this will come down. And then it'll be Halloween. And then after Halloween, there'll be a big Christmas tree here once again. It's amazing, right? Christmas time, best time of year. The theme parks of Orlando. Oh, there's a sight we haven't seen in a while. The Astro Orbiter's being put back together. Look at that. Wow. That's supposed to open up in June some point. Hopefully they've refurbished that whole thing, because all of that stuff that hasn't moved in years, all of that, all those decorations are supposed to move along with the ride. Goodness, work walls everywhere. Those are covering up the crane, putting the Astro Orbiter back, or as I call it, the Asshole Orbiter. Here we are, first stop of the day. Let's take a lap on the Tomorrowland Speedway, 10 minutes. Let's go do some racing, boys.
To make your race car go, just press your foot down on the pedal. To stop, take your foot off the pedal.
Boy, high-tech stuff.
Safety of other drivers, remember to keep at least one car lane between you and...
No. Rubbin's racing.
Do not bump the car.
Bullshit. This is definitely a special occasion that I'm doing this morning. Normally, I don't go anywhere near this attraction in the summertime because this is probably, without a doubt, one of the hottest attractions to wait for. If you're gonna be here in the summer, you wanna ride this at night, not in the middle of the day. Because not only do you have the wonderful gas fumes from the car, but you're pretty much in the direct sunlight. This is us right here, number 9. Looks like we're gonna get number 22. Go! All right, let's get out in that clean air. It all comes. It's time, baby.
The Coca Cola 600 is underway.
Welcome, everybody. Tomorrowland Speedway. We are hauling ass at approximately 5 miles an hour, at least. If we'd be going any slower, we'd be going backwards right now.
1.5.
Chris Lambert, Denny Hamlin spotter.
See you there. 2x2.
Who will lead the first lap? Hamlin by 1/100th of a second.
I think you're going to see the battle with these Toyotas all night long. But already what I'd like to see, that Tyler Reddick up there 3 wide, exercising that outside line, Jamie.
Yeah, the one thing that stuck out to me, Clint, was the start of the race. Denny Hamlin chose the outside, but it appears that the inside's just as good. The way they have this resin on the track for both lanes, right now it looks like there's not really a lane that's is better than the other.
Top, bottom, middle, 3 lanes wide through turns 3 and 4.
Well, the resin is applied, and it wasn't reapplied, more importantly, but it is applied for traction compound, if you will. It is making traction in different parts of the racetrack, opening up those grooves to the outside, and then enabling those guys to get to the outside and make passes. that's exactly why you see this drag race of Denny Hamlin and Kurt Busch running in the outside lane and that bottom lane, holding strong for both sides.
It's almost like somebody forgot to tell them it's 600 miles long, Clint. Trying to figure out who wants to lead this. It just appears that the bottom lane is good through the middle of the corner, but Denny then gets that big run on the exit. Looks like he's finally going to clear him.
Yeah, Kurt slipped up on the bottom, gave Denny that run on the outside. Look, speaking of runs, look at Tyler Reddick making the run. Hooking the bottom.
7th place there. Driver Denny Hamlin leading car owner Denny Hamlin with Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch right behind.
And it might be a 600-mile race, Jamie, but it...
Oh, looks like we're going to get into some lap traffic up here. Passing by lap traffic. Get your ass in gear. Turn 3 into turn 4. Oh, we got him. We got him. I'm being pulled by a car 36's draft. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Victory. It's a, what? Bump the car in front? You said strike the car in front? I heard strike the car in front. All right, we have officially kicked off the greatest racing weekend of the year for 2025. So it's officially 10 a.m. Gonna stay here till about 11. Race day coverage at Indy gets started around 11:45, and I think the green flag waves at 12:45 this morning. So just a fun fact: Kyle Larson today again is going to attempt to race the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca Cola 600. He tried it last year, but he came up short because the rain delayed the Coca Cola 600. We'll call it the Kyle Larson People Mover Challenge. 1,100 miles on the People Mover. Man, that would be wild. That would be several days of riding this from open to close. Wonder how many times you can get in one day if you just stayed on this thing. That'd be a fun project as we get into cooler weather later on this year. What do y'all think? I always like to check out the press vending machines when I find them. They always have some really cool old school designs at some of them. As I said earlier, the Tomorrowland Speedway is one of those that you want to do either A, bright and early when you get here in the morning when it's not a long wait, or wait till the sun goes down, because I'm telling you, that is a very, very warm queue to wait in. And on top of that, you've got the majestical fumes from the cars. It's amazing. Well, ladies and gents, we are going to start heading back home. It is around 11 o'clock. By the time we get out of here and get back to the car and everything and get home, it'll be almost time for the Indy 500 to get underway. Welcome back to the Ticket Transportation Center. All right, now we can get ready to watch some racing. Now we're officially ready to go. Joffrey shaking Jamaican cold brew in hand.
All-American Marching Band to perform Back Home Again in Indiana.
Boiler up! Jim Corneliuson, you're the man. Just a little bit of rain right over the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Should clear out, though, pretty quick. Pretty much a little sprinkle, nothing major.
Drivers are prepped and are ready, and we can now go trackside.
Race fans, and now for the most famous words in motorsports, please welcome the chairman of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Roger Penske.
Welcome, race fans. This is a great day for all of us, and to thank you, we want to say thanks to all the fans, the 300,000+ fans that are here with us today, and the millions of fans that are watching on television around the world to see the greatest spectacle in racing in the world. As many have said, this is a day of honor. We honor the men and the women and the first responders that keep our country safe and secure. Drivers, start your engines!
This is the moment. This is the time.
Go get him, Tom.
Tom Brady on board. You see Tom Brady and Jimmy Johnson out there. And what about this?
Wow.
Guys, this is the pace lap for America.
That's
To honor
amazing.
Memorial Day and the U.S. Army's 250th birthday. To all the men and women of the U.S. Army and the 160th Special Operations Group, happy birthday from all of us. This is something special.
That's incredible.
Incredible scenes here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and what a moment. Great to see that, great to hear that from Jack. Thank you to the team. It takes a tremendous amount of effort from everybody. Oh, no.
What happened?
Scott McLaughlin. And we were talking earlier about Guerrero back in '92.
Oh man, he crashed on the pace lap.
Your race ended before it's even begun.
It is over.
Sorry, bud. It's okay. I'm stressed about it. That's all right.
Oh my God.
Okay.
1992 was cold like this as Scott Dixon, the number 9 PNC car, smoking, and you have to wonder, was there contact? Hein Dixon can radio in and get some information because there's a relationship between Chip Ganassi and Jim Meyer. Here's what happened with Scotty Mack.
You're right on board. With McLaughlin warming his tires.
Oh man.
Oh no. Warming his tires.
Oh.
Just to put some temperature into the rubber and just loses it. The track is cold. The tires are cold.
Are we ready to go green now?
We prepare for 190
Here we go.
of the 500.
Can't think of more difficult circumstances for the rookie Robert Schwartzman, but he gets after it in anger.
Sensational start from the rookie Robert Schwartzman. Passing all the top underneath the ring. And a Ward has a look to the outside into turn one. Schwartzman will leave the field from the pole.
Side by side back there, Alex below corner on Rosenquist. Puff of smoke still on the back of Scott Dixon. As side by side.
Oh no!
Marco Andretti.
Man, this is going to be one of those Indianapolis 500s.
There's Andretti in the 98 car.
Oh my gosh.
Steering wheel off.
All right, we're going to go green on lap 10. Let's go. Let's get this race going. There we go.
Behind Sato got a bit of a slow start again. Dixon a chance. He got blocked by Rosenquist, who gets around. And now on the outside, it looks like, is that Ericsson trying to make a move?
I see Alex below now rounding turn 2 in that yellow and red DHL car with a good run on his teammate Scott Dixon. And now Takuma Sato looks to make the move on Schwartzman. Sato goes to the high side.
Sato to second. Schwartzman down to third. Rosenquist next. Then in is Marcus Ericsson. Alex below has made his way past Scott Dixon. Then it's Malukas, Alexander Rossi, Connor Daly, Santino, Ferrucci.
Single file right now, but all still very close. Defensive move for Malukas as Rossi tries to make a move. Schwartzman.
All right, now that the Indianapolis 500's underway, obviously we're going to check in on that from time to time. But we also have a project we need to work on today. If you remember my vlog from Disney Springs a couple days ago, we have an F1 Indy car to work on. So that's what we're going to do today. And yeah, it's starting to get dark out. Like I said at Magic Kingdom earlier this morning, there's a pretty strong prediction of some pretty hefty thunderstorms moving through the area pretty much all afternoon and into the evening. And they said locally here we could get up to 1 to 2 inches of rain. So, hey, I mean, it works out for us. We need the rain badly and get to enjoy a full day of racing. I thought we'd get this Indy car out and start working on that. And also, real quick, the Indy 500 and the Coke 600, like I said, especially the Indy 500, it's a big tradition I've had growing up. When I would go to, growing up for a lot of years, we'd go to my my grandma Schroeder's house in Rolling Prairie, Indiana, and everybody would be there. Aunts, uncles, everybody. They have a big old Memorial Day party on Sunday, and every year going there, the minute you walk in the house, you would always hear the Indianapolis 500 coming from the TV. And it would be my grandfather and my uncle and my dad, they'd have it on in the TV room, as we called it. They'd have the 500 on there, and then there was a small TV out in the garage, old black and white antenna TV, and it was on out there too. So no matter where you were in the house, you could hear the Indy 500 being called, and we would watch it all the time. I mean, every year. I was always just amazed by the Indy 500. Always enjoyed watching it year after year, and I definitely miss that a lot. I really do. That is one thing that I wish I could go back and recreate. But as things move forward, we create new traditions and in different places, but I will never ever forget those years of doing that for many years. That was some wonderful memories, and the smell of chicken on the charcoal grill. Thank you all again for your support. Really appreciate it. It's gonna be a fun day. We're gonna get ready to work on our IndyCar Lego project and then check in on the race, and then just gonna have a great day. Thanks again for watching, everybody. All right, we're back under green. They did say, though, just a few minutes ago that this was one of the most chaotic starts to the Indianapolis 500 since 1992. And also in 1992, that was a very cold year that year as well.
Sato is on an absolute tear at the moment, ahead of VK, who stopped on lap 7. There's Ericsson, Daly, and Malukas, who all stopped on lap 24 with Sato. They're on the same strategy as Daly has a look.
All right, here we go. Here's our Lego Technic Oracle Red Bull F1 Indy car. I took a look to see if this particular car was racing today, and it is not. This is more of a F1 car. It's not being raced today in the Indy 500. It would be cool if it was, but unfortunately it's not. But it's very similar to the cars that are being raced out on the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So we're going to start off, we're going to unbox this, and then we're going to take a look at it, and then start putting it together. And also, while we're putting this together, we're going to be watching the Indianapolis 500 as well. And this will not be done by the end of the Indianapolis 500. So obviously, we're going to continue this project on into the Coca Cola 600 tonight. And I'm going to do everything I can to try to get it all complete by the end of the Coca Cola 600. So that way, by the end of both races and 1,100 miles, we also have a finished product. And the other thing I really like about these Lego Technic sets is if you look right here, these aren't your typical Lego bricks that you just stick together. These are a series of Lego pieces that have a bunch of holes in them, and then there's all these little individual pins that you put into the holes, and then those pins fasten other Lego pieces together, and then you get a big model like this. As I said the other day, this is 1,639 pieces. It's going to be a fun project. And I thought, too, since we're putting together a Red Bull Indy car, why not have a little beverage to go along with this assembly here? So Red Bull, I don't have a sponsor yet for the channel. Would love to have you all. I don't drink this stuff as much as I used to, but I am a big fan of the Red Bull sugar-free. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's the taste. But I thought it'd be fitting to get a can of Red Bull while we're putting together the Red Bull F1 Indy car. All right, let's get this thing unboxed and see what we got today. The other thing, too, is I want to make sure they open the box nice and easy, because I will actually hold on to this box, and then if I sell this later on, I will basically make this set look almost like brand new again. So I go real easy on opening this up. Oh yeah, look at all that in there, huh? Oh heck yeah, this looks like this is gonna be a great project. All right, well, let's unbox all this. Aha, okay. And this is probably our instruction booklet and decal sheet in there. Unless these pieces are already printed, but I doubt it. So here's everything right here. All right, lots of pieces. Oh yeah, and here's a puzzle I did more recently, the Magic Kingdom. That's a set of 4 Disney World puzzles that came in one box. It's got all 4 Disney parks. They're really nice. All right, let's see what's in the instruction booklet. All right, we open this up nice and gently because, again, if I resell this set, I want to repackage it almost the same way it came. When I resell Lego sets sometimes, when I get Lego sets, I keep everything, like all the original packaging. I keep everything that came in the box. And then the box stays in a very nice, as we'd say, temperature-controlled area to keep it pristine. Because if you open a Lego set and you put it together and then you resell it, the better condition, the box, the instructions, anything that's original to the set, the better condition everything is in, the more money you're going to make off of it. Obviously, a set that's never been opened is going to get you top dollar, but some of the sets that I've sold before that were opened and I assembled, I kept everything, including the packaging that the instructions came in, the decal sheets. Now, obviously, you can't peel the decals off and put them on the sheets again, but kept everything that was original to the original set, and I made a lot of money on those sets. And what I did was I took them apart in reverse and then put them in the same number. I put them in like Ziploc bags, but because I took them apart in reverse, I was able to number each Ziploc bag with the exact same number that would correlate to the number that's in the instructions. So whoever bought my sets from me would get almost a brand new experience with putting their set together. All right, let's see what's in here. Ah, yes, I was correct. There's all our decal sheets for later on. Here is our big instruction manual. It's a lot of pages in here. But again, it's 1,600 plus pieces, so 1,639 I believe to be exact. So you can see how much work we got ahead of us here. I always like on some of these instruction booklets, so when you open them up, they have a really nice pictures of the model you're getting ready to build. See, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is one of the examples here of kind of how this goes together. And you got to pay attention very carefully, because if you miss one piece, it can completely screw up the entire model, and you got to reassemble things to get back to where you messed up and then start all over again. It happened to me once on another Technic model I did. Oh my gosh, I had to take almost half of it apart to find where the error was. Yeah, it was a pain. And then right here is kind of like what the Lego pieces look like, just like that. And then you have to, however big this piece is down here, you have to count the holes and try to figure out where the pins go so you can fasten everything together so you get to this point right here. And down here, this also tells you the size of the pieces that you'll need for this part of the assembly. Here's another example right here of like how to put the pins in certain areas. You can tell this right here is the underbelly of the chassis. A lot of detail in there. So I think what I'm going to do here is to get this started. I got all my bags here on the floor so you can do this one at a time so you don't have pieces everywhere. So right here we're going to start with bag number 1, obviously. This has all the pieces that we're going to need for the first few steps of instruction. And then once these are all together, there should be a couple of spare pieces left over, which is normal. But once we're done with this bag, then we'll move on to bag number 2. And the instructions will correlate. Move to bag 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the way up to, I think there's 10 or 11 bags, maybe 12. So we're obviously going to start with bag number 1 here, and we're going to start our assembly. Oh, and I have my chief assembly engineer right here, making sure that we're putting all the pieces in the right place and that we don't miss anything. You got a hold of this, Maverick? You got this project down? We're going to do a good job today? You going to do some supervising? Yeah, that's what I thought. All right, you make sure we stay in line and don't make any errors so we can get this Indy car put together, okay, buddy? This is my quality control inspector as well. Make sure we're doing a good job. Oh, man, they had a fire in the pits here. We're just getting ready to start my Indy car project, and they had a big old fire in the pits. Oh, yeah, look at that. Wow. Damn. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Man. What a race this has been. You talk about some messed up things that have happened today. Holy cow, and we're not even to 100 laps yet. Oh man, looks like one guy's going to the infield care center. Oh no, another one. There's going to be like 1 or 2 cars that are going to finish this race. Holy smokes. Oh, that's Kyle Larson. Oh, crap. Well, he'll get out of the car and head straight to Charlotte then, more than likely, after he gets checked out.
Safety team on the scene. You see a thumbs up coming out of the cockpit. And that's good to see. Outside, there goes Larson to the bottom. A little wiggle, and it just goes.
He just lost it in the short shoot on the entrance to 2, and Kiffin Simpson almost got around.
Stingray. Rob did avoid contact, but got up in the gray, cranked the wall. That would have been on the trying strike.
Well, we finally got to halfway in the Indy 500 there at lap 105. They must have ran a few laps during commercials. But they said that they're keeping it under caution because there's a little bit more light sprinkle rain falling. So maybe this race will get done before Memorial Day next year. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen a race with this much drama in it. There's only been 64 green flag laps and 41 caution laps. Oh my God, again! They tried to go green and they wrecked again! What is going on today? Oh my gosh, they literally cannot get started. There's Kyle Larson heading to Charlotte.
And he'll have a lot to contemplate about what happened this year.
So we'll have to watch when we tune into the Coca Cola 600 to watch him land at Charlotte.
Frankly, in the cockpit in his first 2 tries, as these cars come on lap 109 for another pit stop.
These pit stops are amazing to watch. How fast they do that. Green flag, let's go! Let's keep it together.
Something magic in this second half of the Indy 500.
9 laps to go. Oh man! All right, the white flag is out. Oh man, this is going to get good, I think. Oh man. Oh wow. Oh, I think he's going to win it. He's got him. There's no way. What happened? Now, oh man! Oh, oh my gosh! I'm happy for Palou, but it sucks they couldn't race to the freaking finish line. Ah, damn it! Oh man! There's the yard of bricks.
And you could see the emotion in his eyes. You could hear it in his voice.
Don't fall off the car, buddy.
Start to the day here for Indy, but in the end, Palou, and he only led 14 laps. He didn't lead until lap 187, but the most important, Tony, he pulled it off finally.
Yeah, they don't pay any money for the first lap. They don't pay any money for halfway. They pay at the end of this thing. He did a great job of putting himself in position to be there at the end when it mattered the most. And just a spectacular drive. I mean, yourself so
there it is. Take a big old swig, buddy.
Use that to your advantage.
Oh, I bet that tastes good after 500 miles.
Position to stay there. Unbelievable.
And this is the most famous beverage in sports. The tradition continues, sipping and pouring the milk in the winner's circle. We're waiting for him to come over.
Oh, there's the famous kiss in the yard of bricks.
History
and the tradition of this great race and of Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
Yeah, here's the storms that they predicted would arrive, and just as predicted, here they are. You can hear it rumbling now. What a great race. The Indy 500 was a memorable one this year. My gosh, that was one of the roughest starts I can remember seeing, like I said, since that 1992 race. But hey, once they got going, after about mid-race, it was excellent. I mean, the whole race was really good. It just took a while for it to get going. But congratulations to Plo. There was some stuff that had happened in that race that, honestly, I hadn't seen in a very long time. You know, I mean, fires breaking out of the pits, guys accidentally running over half their pit crew, a guy wrecking on the pace lap. That would be horrible. I could not even imagine all the work that goes into just qualifying for the Indy 500 and then to wipe out on the pace lap. I can't imagine how that would feel. But yeah, overall, it was a fantastic race. We got about an hour, and I'm going to start on my Lego project. I didn't get anything done because that race just kind of, it kept me involved in it, and it was hard to do anything. So we're going to get that started now. The Coca Cola 600 starts in about an hour. We'll pick back up in a few minutes with the Lego project. And yeah, once the Coca Cola 600 starts, we'll watch that together as well. All right, hope you're all enjoying this. I know I am. Yep, Maverick's taking a little break from that exciting Indy 500, aren't you, buddy? You ready for the Coca Cola 600 now? Yeah? Help me put this Indy car together, too? All right, take a little nap first, all right? I'll wake you up when we're ready.
Solid a little bit too, because there's a little bit of added weight on the car, as Marty pointed out in the pre-race show. The banner across the windshield, as well as that brake of 200, to just honor and remember. And you can hear a pin drop in the stadium. I get goosebumps just thinking about it, because it's that heavy, what it means to everybody here today. But also back to Kyle Larson. That guy is the man in the arena. But when you think about like the unicorns, we talk outcome in India side.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise as you are able. Remove your hats and veterans render a hand salute as the United States Marine Corps Color Guard from Marine Barracks, Washington, D.C. presents our nation's colors. Here to offer tonight's invocation, please welcome from the Military District of Washington, Deputy Command Chaplain Will Horton.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, on this Memorial Day weekend, we remember the brave men and women who gave their all for our nation's freedom, and the families who continue to carry their legacy. As we gather in this storied location to celebrate a great American tradition, we ask your protection over every driver, crew member, official, and fan. Grant safety on the track, strength in competing, and unity in spirit. Thank you for raising courageous men and women willing to sacrifice for global peace and an eternal hope. May today's tribute to our nation's greatest heroes reflect gratitude for their service and for your sacrificial love for all people. In honoring those who've worn our nation's cloth, we will never forget those who've borne your message that greater love has no one than this, than to lay down his life for one's friends. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Safety. Ready, 2, 3, set, hook.
Here to perform our national anthem. Please welcome vocalists from the United States Navy Band, musician First Class Dan Lee Quinka.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
8010s from the 104th Fighter Squadron of Maryland's Air National Guard. We'll be right back with the most famous words in motorsports.
Please join the United States Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, U.S. Army Sergeant Arnold Rosales, U.S. Marine Corps Captain Brian Lay, and U.S. Navy Captain Jervy Alata in saying the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
You can feel the buzz, plenty of energy in the air. We're ready to go racing in Charlotte. It's the Coca Cola 600 NASCAR. I almost start to settle down as well, right?
Lights are off. 1 lap to go.
Now I'm on top of the pit box. I know what is ahead of us, right? We know the task ahead. Let's listen into the 45.
Take a moment to remember what this weekend and tomorrow is all about. Give thanks to the service members and their families, much like Sergeant McGee, that sacrificed everything for our freedom. So the only reason we're able to do this. Yes, sir. So we can have a good night, and hopefully he'll take his family picture lane tonight.
It's a crown jewel race. We've got a sold-out crowd at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Welcome to NASCAR on Prime. Pace car heading to pit road. It's go time in the Coca Cola 600.
Let's go racing, boys! Heck yeah.
Briscoe gets the early jump on Larson as they come down the back straightaway.
To the outside, he looks in turn 3 and 4. Look at Larson. Straight out of that Indy car, right into the soccer
Gonna lead lap, boys.
Go get him, Kyle.
Briscoe's gonna drag back by. Side drag down the front straightaway, a little bottom out. And this 19 car up the racetrack he goes.
All right, now we're gonna get started on our little project here, our Indy car. Like I said, I tried to get that done. I tried to get that started during the Indy race, and it got so intense. It's hard to work. So we're still sitting here on step one. So we're gonna start that now that Coca Cola 600's underway, and we'll check in, you know, from time to time on the 600. Probably not gonna have this done by the end of the race, even though this is almost, I mean, if history is correct, this race is almost 5 hours. We'll see how far we can get. If not, we'll finish this the Indy car up, the F1 car up later on, but we'll see how far we can get. And here we are, step number one, bag number one. Let's get this underway, shall we? Look at this. These are some of the suspension pieces. These actually do work too. That is pretty neat. That is pretty neat. And then here's some other pieces right here. This is our little starter pile of pieces here. This is bag one. And we're gonna do step one, and then step two, and then we'll I'll pause this a little bit, and then we'll pick back up. We'll at least do the first couple steps together. So like I was saying, they give you your pieces here like this, and they give you a 1-to-1 size of how big a piece you need, so you can actually measure it up against the book right here. Make sure you got the right piece. And then there's this collar piece here, so we're gonna put this like right into here like this. There it is. Step number one is officially finished. What's hard to believe is that this is going to turn into a pretty good size F1 Indy car. So now we take this piece here, and then this piece we just put together slides into here like this, like so right here. And then we take this gear right here, and this will slide into here like here. Right like this. Whoops. Just like that. So there's step one and two. So we have this piece here. This looks like the differential gear. Yeah, we're definitely going to be assembling a differential. There you go. Yeah, definitely like a differential style of gear. Oh yeah, so here's how this one works. So you turn this one here, and then it turns this gear here, and then these turn these individual ones here. So yeah, pretty cool. Then it gives you a little step right here to check your work, make sure everything's good. Then we gotta make 4 of these little pieces now. And then all 4 of these are gonna assemble into this piece here. Basically, just like that. So this is the piece through steps 1 through 4. So we'll check back in. I'm gonna work on this a little bit, and then I'll check back in a little bit after we get done with bag 1, show you where I'm at. Man. I don't think he hit anything though. I think he's gonna be all right.
Great news for the 5. If this is grass, you can easily damage the underneath. You see right there in the back behind the rear tire, that's that carbon fiber diffuser. I didn't see a lot of
Yeah, Larson's got this. He's back at it again. Oh no, somebody lost a tire. Oh my goodness. Oh. There's Carowinds. Been there a few times.
Halfway through stage one, and here come the drivers into the Echo Park Automotive restart zone.
Great launch by William Byron down into turn one. Great shots right here, seeing the field spread out, get 3 wide in multiple rows.
Well, we got the first steps done, and we're moving on to number 2 here. Bag number 2. But holy cow, look at this. Like, look at the detailing in this. This is insane. I mean, like, this is just one bag. With the suspension here. I mean, you have the differential. Actually, if I do it this way, if you watch the little red piece there, if you turn this, that causes the differential to turn. Man, pretty cool stuff. This is again why I love these Technic sets. These are incredibly detailed. I mean, all the motion and everything, the movement, and it takes a ton of concentration because you can see, again, this is just bag number 1 right here. Here's part of bag number 2. This is step 1 from bag 2. So it looks like we're gonna use these parts as well, and we're gonna add on to this racing car here. One of the things we're gonna do now is, I'm gonna show you this little piece right here. We're gonna start building the engine. Look at this, the pistons and everything.
So at this point, 4 laps left in stage number 2.
Look at that,
Chastain
the
going after
pistons.
Gregson.
Well, we mentioned Logano was in that mix, but Joey Logano, the defending series champion, is a lap down, and he now was just bypassed by a whole host of top 10 cars. William Byron now coming into turns 3 and 4. He's so far ahead when we're watching people even running in second. It's about a fence for William.
All right, halfway. Wow, it's 20 minutes to 9, so 2.5 hours roughly.
Then it's Tyler Reddick. Reddick is going to be followed by Carson Hocevar in 4th, 5th, John Hunter.
We honor and remember those who have given up the ultimate sacrifice. So right now the field is behind the pace car. They're going to stop just short of the start-finish line. The engines of the 39 cars that still remain on the racetrack will shut off, and we'll have the moment of remembrance. We're going to send it to Amazon Prime's Adam Alexander, who is going to get things going here with this moment of remembrance, but certainly a very, very chilling thing to do here at Charlotte Motor Speedway and the Coca Cola 600. Again, as we honor and remember those who have given up the ultimate sacrifice, their families, the Gold Star families, and the service members who are whose names are on the windshield of these drivers' cars here tonight. They are actually racing with a fallen soldier. So all of the drivers are getting tightened up here on pit road as we get these cars stopped. Once we get back to a yellow flag condition, they'll come back around, we'll open up pit road, and we will have pit stops for stage number 2. So they're going to bring out the red flag right now, and we will go to Adam Alexander.
Words can't describe the commitment made by our servicemen and women who work around the clock to protect the many freedoms we all enjoy, always putting country in front of self. On this Memorial Day weekend, we honor and remember our fallen heroes. We pay respect to those that have made the ultimate sacrifice, and we send love to those Gold Star families who have lost a loved one while serving our great nation. Let's all join in a moment of silence. Thank you.
So a moment of silence being observed here, a moment of remembrance here in the Coca Cola 600. When we come back, we will have stage 2 pit stops as William Byron leads here at Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Man, that's powerful. That's amazing that they do that. That's something that they've started doing more recently. They did not do that when I used to go. So hopefully, I get a chance to go next year or the year after. That's going to be pretty powerful thing to be a part of. That's amazing. You could hear a pin drop at that entire motor speedway. All right, so we got to get this engine together here now. Trying to figure this whole thing out. This is tedious.
Make a check and take the right side tires off, assess the damage so they can further make more repairs and see if needed here on pit road. But as you said, just largely for the Penske cars as a whole, not the night they were hoping for here at the Coke 600.
So if you just joined us, here we are, Kyle Larson, who has
check this out.
Of leading another lap.
I can't get. My hands are too fat, but once I get this hooked up, this is actually gonna be able to make this engine work. So here's the finished product of the engine right here. Once I get this hooked up, we'll be able to turn it and be able to make these cylinders go up and down. All right, so here's the whole assembly right here. So this is all connected now. So when you spin these gears, the pistons actually go up. They actually go up and down. How cool is that? Here we are, we're back under the restart. Half the race to go.
They stay right there together, side by side. It's going to be into turn 3. Advantage maybe slightly to the bottom of the racetrack. Hamlin to the outside of the racetrack. William Byron leads it.
Byron from the bottom up to the top. He's the leader still as he blocks the advance of Denny Hamlin. Hocevar's moved up to 3rd.
Carson Hocevar took the 3rd spot away from Tyler Reddick on that restart. You don't often beat Tyler Reddick on a restart. Let's see if he's got anything for these 2 cars in front of him. William Byron.
So I got done with second. Uh-oh, hold on. We got a little wreck here. Oh, man. Oh, dang. Wow, that was a big wreck. Oh yeah, they just slammed into each other. Oh man, they started collecting a few more cars. So I got the second the second bag of parts done, and here's where we're at so far. Hey, look at this. This is something. I mean, look at that. That is wild. I mean, all the detail in there. This up here looks like it's going to be a gear shifter of some kind. And if you turn this piece right here, you can see the motor actually. You can see the pistons actually moving up and down. I mean, I'm amazed. I am truly amazed. And this thing, I'm barely a quarter of the way into this. So it's a lot more to go. So this side here is what I've done so far, and here's what's left.
1:39 to go in stage number 3. William Byron once again gets the jump.
Here we go.
Doesn't jump far. Denny Hamlin on the outside with a big push from Tyler Reddick.
Denny Hamlin has done a great job on each of the last 3 restarts to keep pace with William Byron. Has yet to clear him. This time, however, in turn 2, Hamlin has the advantage. Can he keep it off the corner? He's got a slight advantage, but it is disappearing quickly. Here comes that bow tie on the bottom. Willie B got it revved up, got to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's got the lead on 4. It might not be over for him yet. He drives that thing as hard as he can into turn 3.
Look out!
Look at the bottom of the...
Look out!
Chastain's going to finish him off on 4.
Man.
As Chastain told us yesterday, it's watermelon season. He's showing it now here in the Coca Cola 600.
1 to go. There's the white flag.
Well, the man has not been able to bust one of those green things for...
Oh, here we go. This is going to be good.
One more time off of turn number 2. William Byron has got one last chance to pass Ross Chastain. He's going to have to drive it into turn 3 harder than he has all night long. He goes to the bottom of the racetrack. Chastain's up on the top side. It's a battle for the win.
Look out!
Chastain wiggles.
Oh, he shut the door on him. Yeah, no way, man.
Going to win the Coca Cola.
Nice.
He sets a record. He starts last,
Wow.
finishes first, and he claims his first crown jewel on the NASCAR Cup Series.
Ross Chastain, the 8th different winner of 2025, and what a way to do it in style. A backup car. Here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, he beats William Byron, who won the first 3 stages of this race. Chase Briscoe will come home 3rd, AJ Allmendinger 4th. Brad Keselowski finishes 5th, Chase Elliott 6th, 7th was Michael McDowell, Christopher Bell 8th, Ryan Preece finishes 9th, Noah Gragson rounded out the top 10.
Man, what a great
back to
race.
Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Until the checkered flag did not give up. And I think William Byron having to battle Reddick and then Logano, some of that lap traffic, that certainly hurt him at the end, and Ross Chastain took advantage, and now he's driving around the entire racetrack in the opposite direction to celebrate this big win.
I can't imagine the emotion he's feeling right now.
Stages and kind of run there the whole time.
Man, that was a nice job.
Really good. Need a little bit more to get to the next level, but super proud of everybody at College Racing. We had a kind of tough 3 weeks there, and to come back, show up with a lot of speed, and you know, I told the Sergeant Nicole G that's on the side of a race car, I told her family I was going to do everything I could to try to get them in victory lane with us. It was close, but it meant a lot to be able to meet her family.
In the top 5, you were just looking at your race car, damage on the right side. I think the diffuser came down at one point, the roof flap came up. How do you describe this night ending in the top 5?
Well, the end of stage 2, we were holding on and restarted, I don't know, 28th to start stage 3 and drove up to
600-mile race. Saw a little bit of everything. William Byron dominated, sweeping the stages, leading 283. But the number 1 came on late. And he was P1 when it was all said and done. And his team, they helped him preparing that backup car overnight. They'll be celebrating this one for a while. Exclamation point with the watermelon smash.
And Corey says, hey, look at the crowd. They're all on their feet. I mean, I just said it there. Look at Ross out of the car here. He is pumped, legitimately pumped. And we're pumped for him. And I said, you know, Jeff Bezos must be living right. Because for Bezos to this as the first race, this was unbelievable.
Oh, you couldn't script it any better. I tried to tell you guys, earlier in the show, if you listen.
You like Ross all weekend.
Was my man, but I am so pumped. This is a career-changing moment for Ross. Now, he's had some wins, but this elevates him to the next level.
And